It's me again, Grambo. I just have a few little observations to make. I heard Obama today talking about Fox News again. He is obsessed with them. He says they don't have an awful lot of good things to say about his administration. They're not there for a popularity contest. They're not there like the others channels to show him strolling in the park, going to Broadway, having a party, going out with Biden for a burger, which it shows how out of touch he is with the common man. He wanted Dijon mustard on his burger. Isn't that something? And anyways, he has mentioned Sean Hannity so much that I think he has a man crush on him, because he doesn't mention any other newscasters. I never hear him say anything about anybody. But Sean Hannity, he must have a man crush on. But he's scared to death of Fox News. Now as for David Letterman, he's a dirty old man. I used to love him. Remember he had Larry Bud Melman, that sweet little old guy. I think at one point Dave used to do Men on the Streets and stuff, and I think that's how he found Bud Melman. I believe he's deceased now, but I go way back with David Letterman. He's not funny anymore. He's a bitter old man. He seems to think, or did, that as long as he's saying derogatory things and vile things about a Republican woman, then it's all right. He wouldn't make the same statements about any of the children of the Democrats. He would never do that, you see. It's so partisan. It's so all one-sided. But it backfired this time. The country is behind Sarah Palin. We've never liked what he did or what other people have done. Comedians, other politicians. Ever since Sarah Palin stepped on the stage last fall, I don't believe she's had a day's rest. But now, the people of this country are seeing just exactly how small the people on the loony left are. Sarah Palin showed class in all of this. She has more class in her little fingernail than all the loony left geezers on the planet. She'll be president. And I think she just might be president in 2012. The way Obama and his state-owned TV stations, MSNBC. Did you see Brian Williams bow to him the other night? Yeah. This is what it is, and people are sick of it. And so today I read about a survey. Do you remember I said a long time ago that it won't be long before you won't be able to find a single person that will admit to voting for Barack Obama? Right now, 40% of the people say definitely they're conservative. Only 20% say they're liberal now. It's swinging the other way. The unemployment is going to go way up past the 8% they talked about, to perhaps 12 or 13% or more soon. It's putting people out of work every day. And then that guy, that moron Obama, gets on TV and says, he saved 150 to 250,000 jobs. That any economist has told, that cannot be calculated. How many jobs have been saved cannot be calculated. He is just talking off his teleprompters. Now, he has another, the man that he appointed to run this car business now, GM, and probably Chrysler, is another very qualified Democrat like all the rest of them. He's 31. He's never been in an auto factory in his life. But this is it. He almost graduated from Harvard Law School. Doesn't that make you feel good that he's running this business? Bill Maher was on and had his news, and he's never been known as a liberal. I mean, it would be a conservative, excuse me. He had his whole news thing saying roughly that Barack Obama had better. He said, every time I turn the TV on, Barack Obama's on there. He says he's either on Broadway, or he's strolling in the park, or he's out in Paris, or every time, he said, I put the TV on, there Obama is. And he said, don't you think it's about time we did something? You're as bad as Lindsay Lohan. You want to be on TV all the time. But he also said something that was very telling. He said that Obama could use a little of the resourcefulness that George Bush had and his concentration. And he said, you just come out there and you have a swagger and you just tell, this is what's going to happen. Tough. And do what you want and never mind what everybody else wants you to do. You need a little George Bush in your blood. And how about the first President Bush jumping out of an airplane and free-falling on his 85th birthday? That's amazing. He did it right near his home in Kennebunkport, Maine, which is where I'm from. So I've been by there many, many, many times. I went to school there and was raised there until I got married. But anyways, if you hear a noise, it's Zoe. She's finally sleeping over here. You see her? Yeah. Finally sleeping. Usually she's pouncing all over the place. But she snores worse than I do, if that's possible. Now, did you know in the stimulus, every now and then I want to mention some of the spindulous, wonderful things that has paid for. I understand thousands of people that are dead got stimulus checks. They're building a turtle crossing, how they want to, in Florida at the cost of $3 million. They want to put a stop on a railroad that doesn't exist. Now, they don't want us to say anything bad about Justice Sotomayor, or soon to be, as she would wish, a justice on the Supreme Court. First of all, the Supreme Court has overturned 60% of her decisions. Now, if the Supreme Court doesn't like her, why the hell should we? Also, they don't want to ask her many questions. But you remember when Justice Roberts was, nominated? The Democrats tried to get into his sealed records of his adopted children. That's how intrusive they are. It's unbelievable. They will go to any length to get the information they want, as they did in Illinois on Joe the Plumber. Anyways, that's about it from here. I'll keep in touch. There's a lot of things happening right now. A lot more important things than what I'm talking about tonight. So I'll get back to you. I'll see you then.